Good evening. It's 6:33 on Tuesday, December 9th, and the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board of Directors meeting is called to order. Our first order of business is the approval of the minutes of the prior meeting. Any objections, corrections, additions to the minutes presented? Those are ordered entered as presented. We have a group of gentlemen who are going to do something which we very rarely experience here. It's quite the pleasure. They are going to recognize us for good service, I hear. They are from the State Fair of Texas, to which we provide excellent transportation services, frankly. Mr. Alan Walney, Ruben Escoval, John Scoville, hello, Richard Knight, and Bob Hilburn. And if you gentlemen have something to say, or...
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Strauss. We appreciate it. We're thrilled to be here this evening. And yes, you're right. We are here to give thanks here right after Thanksgiving and coming up on Christmas, but more importantly, right after the last Great State Fair of Texas. Bob is basically the guy that if things aren't happening right at the State Fair, the operations guy, he knows about it and he's trying to get it fixed. As you know, in 2009, when service started to the State Fair, had a glitch or two, especially that first Texas OU game, but things have gotten much more calm. And at the same time, I think you guys are carrying a lot more people. This year, we had the advent, though, of the dual ticket to where you could go on and you could buy your pass for the Dart Rail and at the same time have your ticket for the fair all included in one ticket. And that was something great for us. As you may have read, this is the year that we had a record year for the fair in coupon sales as well as our admissions. I wanted to give you, though, a little bit of a stat or two. In 2013, our coupon sales were up 15%, our admissions were up 16%, but parking was basically kind of even. We didn't have any additional parking. And if you go back to 2010, which was the biggest year prior to this last year, our parking revenue is actually down 15% from what it was in 2010, okay? We have a record year, our parking revenue is down, our admissions are up, coupon sales are great, parking is down. We at the State Fair are not upset about that. We look at it from the standpoint that we're now creating a greater convenience for all of those that can get to a DART line. You don't have to live close to one, but you get to a DART line, and you guys are so kind, you're dropping everybody off at our front door, which is really fantastic. So it makes it a very enjoyable experience. You don't have to worry about your car being at the wrong parking lot and somebody tows it off or doing something else or whatever. You don't have to worry about security because you are, in fact, being dropped off at the front door. Bob has created an easy exit for folks when they're leaving. We actually have a separate area where you go out very easily, getting out to the trains or buses or whatever, and it's working fantastic. But Gary, you and your folks have just been fabulous to work with. Bob has issues or anything comes up, he has people that he calls, things get fixed right away. Our new president, Mitchell Gleaver, is sorry he couldn't be here tonight. He actually was the one who had called and had kind of tried to set up a meeting to where we could come and do this. But in fact, this fell on the day that there's the big convention for all the fairs and amusement parks. I can't imagine what that is like in Las Vegas, but that's where they are. And but this was the day that fell on, so he is very sorry that he can't be here, but wanted to express to you just how excited we are about the relationship today, what it has become, what we're looking forward to in the future. So, and along that line, we have brought something today. Bob, do you want to say anything before we?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good. He's a man of few words, normally is. That's why he's used to just getting stuff done. He won't talk about it. He wants to get it done. So we did bring you the board, and we brought 15. I hope that's the right number. A token of our appreciation, we have some bobbleheads of Big Tex to pass out to you guys. It's the 2014 version of Big Tex. And Bob, you want to walk around and pass those out? And So we do appreciate it very much, and anything else that we can possibly do on our side of the equation, we sure hope that you'll let us know. But we really do enjoy the fact that our parking revenue is stable, but yet we're having more people there. And I think the patrons that are coming in for the Texas OU game now have got confidence that they can get in and out and really have a good time. So thank y'all very much.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. It is nice to be recognized for doing what your job is, and ours is to move people from place to place safely, comfortably, and to accommodate their needs. And thank you for recognizing it.
You're very welcome.
And we're real pleased with the second, third, fourth, and so on years of your fair.
Well, thank y'all.
We learned.
Well, we all did.
Yes. And thank you for coming here this evening and sharing it with us.
And if it's okay with you guys, I don't think we'll stick around for the rest of the meeting. We'll probably go ahead and...
You mean,
Hey, I'm sorry.
you know, there's a
It's
public
not you.
hearing that you're welcome to stay for.
It's really not you, okay? So,
Thank you.
John?
Yes, sir. I didn't do anything wrong, did I?
No, not at all. I just want to say something to you. We have a public hearing this evening, and our vice chair will read the public hearing statement.
Okay. All right.
It's somewhere.
I got it right here. Good evening. Thank you for attending tonight's public hearing. My name is Faye Wilkins, and our chairman, Bob Strauss, will be the hearing officer this evening. For your information, DART has not received a request for hearing impaired services at this public hearing. Therefore, we will not provide a sign language interpreter. We do, however, have a Spanish interpreter available. Is there anyone present that requires Spanish translation services? Where's my translator? Will you repeat that for me, please? Okay. Will you repeat, is there anyone present that requires Spanish translation services? Thank you. If not, the interpreter is relieved. Thank you. Tonight's public hearing will be divided into two parts. The first part will consist of a brief overview on the project by DART technical staff. The public hearing will follow the presentation. During the public hearing, we must follow some guidelines. Pre-registered speakers will make their comments first, followed by sign-in speakers in the order received. Those who do not wish to speak may submit written comments. All comments will be included in the official public record. A DART board resolution has established a limit of 3 minutes per speaker. Speakers must address the topic of the hearing. Other subjects will not be allowed in this hearing. Questions, interchange, and discussions are not generally allowed in a hearing. However, if a board member wishes to raise a question, he or she may do so. Technical staff will be available for the public hearing for questions. Now, Rob Smith, Assistant Vice President of DART Service Planning, will make his presentation.
Thank you very much, and good evening. Tonight's public hearing involves proposed May 2015 service modifications. The precise implementation date for these changes has not been finalized yet. We expect changes to coincide with the opening of the new Parkland Hospital facility, which is planned for the late spring or early summer of 2015. Public hearings are required for changes involving new routes, routes with modifications to at least 25% of their alignment, routes with a significant adjustment in service frequency, or a major change to destinations along the route. Proposed changes would discontinue the current Route 703 Parkland shuttle service and replace it with newly designated shuttle routes. In the call for public hearing approved by the Board of Directors earlier this year, we identified 3 new shuttle routes serving Parkland Hospital facilities, employee parking lots, and Parkland and Medical Market stations. Since that time, we've continued discussions with our partners at Parkland and have conducted pre-proposal meetings on the changes. Based upon the input we've received so far, we expect that the final proposal for the Parkland service will further modify the shuttle services, creating 2 new shuttle routes to replace Route 703. As with the current service, Parkland Hospital will fund operation of the shuttles through DART's site-specific shuttle program. The final proposal will be presented to the Board of Directors for approval in early 2015. Tonight's public hearing also covers the experimental introduction of midday service for the Park Cities on-call zone, serving Highland Park and parts of University Park in Dallas. Midday service began operation on December 1st. DART service planning staff are in attendance tonight to speak to riders and to the public after the hearing about the Parkland or the Park Cities changes, and this concludes the technical presentation.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. Tonight's hearing is being recorded by a court reporter, so all comments received are a matter of public record. It is now 6:44 p.m. Tuesday, December 9th, 2014. According to the requirements set forth in DART's enabling legislation, this public hearing on the May 2015 service change proposals is now open to receive comments. To date, DART has received 1 written comment on the above issue. Any written comments received by the end of the hearing will be added to this total. We will begin to receive comments now. Please be reminded there's a 3-minute limit in which to make your comments, and please keep the comments on the subject of the May 2015 service change proposals public hearing. We have no speaker cards received. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on this issue? Is there anyone who wishes to speak on this issue? There are no pre-registered speakers listed for the public hearing, and there is no one who has chosen to speak. Would anyone like to turn in a written comment to be entered into the record? Would anyone like to turn in a written comment to be entered into the record? Any comments made after the close of the public hearing would not be part of the record of these proceedings. Since there is no other speakers or written comments to be turned in at this time, I would like to thank you for attending this public hearing, which is now, I'm sorry. Okay, is this regarding the 2015 service changes? We're not into the public comments yet. Is this regarding the 2015 service change proposals?
No, I'm talking about,
Okay, we'll get back to it. Thank you. Okay. I would like to thank you for attending this public hearing, which is now officially closed at 6:46 p.m. Thank you.
Our next order of business is the report from our CAC, Citizens Advisory Committee. Ms. Phyllis Silver.
Hello, I'm
Welcome.
Phyllis Silver, Chair of the DART Citizen Advisory Committee, and I'd like to speak to you this evening about the meeting of November 20th of this year that we had. Robbie Douglas, who's the Assistant Vice President of Marketing and Advertising, presented our committee with an informative marketing update briefing. She talked about DART's DFW Airport advertising campaign developed to promote the DFW Airport Station opening. She also talked about seasonal advertising, including advertisements for the winter holidays, to increase awareness of DART's rail service to DFW Airport. With the repeal of the Wright Amendment at Love Field on October 13, 2014, the resulting increase in passenger loads creates opportunities for DART. DART is making several improvements to attract riders to its Love Field shuttle bus. For example, it has been identified that improved signage at Love Field and at the Inwood Love Field station would be advantageous. The shuttle bus, currently known as Route 524, runs from the train station to Love Field. Plans are in place to rebrand this shuttle as the Love Link with a color scheme similar to the D-Link bus. Ms. Douglas talked about DART's brand positioning campaign designed to encourage current riders to use DART more frequently and also to attract new riders. We learned about a focus group that provided feedback on DART's new brand positioning. DART is planning on launching a Hidden Gems advertising campaign to feature venues and experiences accessible to DART, bus, and trains. The purpose of this advertising is to encourage greater DART ridership to these destinations. Several committee members brought up issues of insufficient signage, inaccurate maps, and outdated advertising on vehicles and at bus and train stations. Ms. Douglas made note of these concerns to be addressed. Committee member Dave Brady, who is right here in the audience, had attended the November 10th joint DART Board and City of Dallas Transportation and Trinity River Project Committee meeting. At our CAC meeting, Mr. Brady briefed us on these discussions. The City of Dallas is looking favorably upon the D2 project, which would create a second downtown light rail alignment. DART's plans to build a streetcar connection from the Bishop Arts District to the M-Line trolley in Uptown was also well received. Funding for these two projects would come from federal funding for core capacity projects. DART's plans to lengthen all red and blue line station platforms outside the downtown area to accommodate 3-car trains were also discussed at the joint meeting. The CAC holiday party will take place this Thursday, December 11th, beginning at 5:30. We would be delighted to have all DART board members join us in the atrium. And I want to wish you all a very happy holiday. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Our next order of business is public comments, and we have a statement that gets read regarding procedures for that.
Okay, public comments. General public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each DART board meeting for a total of 30 minutes, and again at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. During the public comment period, DART members, board members, may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own remarks. Members of the public are reminded that their behavior during DART board meetings is governed by the DART Board Code of Conduct for citizens, news media, and visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent and slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate when you can begin speaking. The yellow light indicates that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired. And the first speaker, Mr. Chair.
Our first speaker is Mr. James Harris, followed by Mr. Jorge Leyva.
Good evening. My name is James Harris, and I reside at 5606 Shady Crest Trail in Dallas, Texas, 75241. I'm here tonight because of something that transpired in the Defined Benefit Committee, and it has been going on for some time. I put a motion on the floor about 4 years ago this month, before I retired, to amend the plan. And the vice president has been blocking it. And he seemed to have a problem with me. Now, I'm retired, but you all still have an obligation to me and everybody that's in the Defined Benefit Program. And no one else comes to the defined benefit retirement program meetings, but I do. And I've seen some things that happen. I've been threatened, I've been intimidated, I don't know, a little bit of everything during my tenure here. And I just don't understand. I'm not a dumb person. And I just want to know how long is this going to go on and when you all are going to stop it. And I believe you, Mr. President, was in a meeting where a lot of this stemmed from the vice president in a situation where a young man there was a mistake made in HR. You had to go back and pay him about 17 years. This little book here from the state of Texas, which is regulated by the PRB, tells you this man, the vice president, sits on the retirement committee. I say it's a conflict of interest because he can make changes to the defined benefit program at any time he wants to. I don't have representation as a retiree. He also told me that he did not represent me. Well, I want some representation. I have participation and I want some representation. And I'm looking forward to you all changing the policy to where the defined benefit program will have some retiree on the plan to represent the retirees, because as it stands right now, it's not happening. This morning, they're sending a group of people to Memphis, Tennessee on a site visit. And I mentioned that the plan would not pay for the treasurer to go because he's not on the plan. Now, Mr. Vice President, he jumps up and wants to send it out to outside counsel. You don't have to send it out to outside counsel. There's 5 people on the program. You make that decision. But as long as it's fine, as long as he can go. His boss was going to send him, but he can go, but as long as you don't pay for it out of my pot. You pay for it out of Dart's pot, and he come back and give a report to Dart. And I know my time is up. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Our next speaker is Jorge Leva, and I apologize if I'm not doing that correctly. Thank you.
Good evening, y'all. Okay, I'm going to be short and to the point because this is about something that has been going on at the bus stop number 16516. I work at, it's very hard to do this in 3 years, 4 or 5 years of complaints with our police, customer care, and all these people with our headquarters, and summarize that in 3 minutes. It's very hard and difficult, so I'm going to try my best. I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm gonna cut to the point. So I live downtown, I work downtown, Dart is convenient. I love it, I like it, you know. But my main complaint is the bus stop over there. I call it the party bus stop. I was about to read an email that I sent to Dart officers, headquarters, customer service, and all stuff. I'm not going to go into that because I see that 3 minutes is impossible to cover all that. So, to the point. I've been attacked, harassed. I called the Dart police many times. I have written emails, I have sent emails, I have sent pictures, videos, proof. Police officers have showed up over there at the bus stop. They come, they recognize who these people are. Some of them, they're just beggars, no offense, but that's what they are. They solicit, there's prostitution going on, drugs, smoking weed, cigarettes, butts, the drinking until wee hours at night is, all the last thing they need is one of those disco balls and all that 24/7. I'm serious. It gets to the point that I'm concerned about my safety. If you notice my tone of my voice, I'm not upset with Dart. I am upset, however, about the system on how to file a complaint. officers sometimes don't show up. Yes, yesterday was the most memorable incident. I was attacked, literally. I called Dallas Police 911. They transferred me to Dart Police. Dart Police says, whoever the dispatcher, excuse me, we're gonna put you on hold. We're doing a shift change. 2 hours passed by, nothing happened. I got to come here personally, talk to that little phone over there because that's the only thing that I can talk to. I'm not able to talk to someone in person. Whatever happens to the phone over there, it gets up, everything is up in the air, there's no record. Finally, someone gave me a record number, a reference number, and still, it's not the first time I've been doing this over and over and over. And you know what? People don't complain at the bus stop because they feel discouraged. By the way the DART system is set up to file a complaint, my God, the little phone is just, it doesn't make any sense. So just 50 seconds, please. Something can be done to fix the problem, the issue, to how to file a complaint properly, and the police response. Do not discourage the passenger. You know, it is a safety situation.
Sure.
If something happens to me at the bus stop, someone is going to be liable.
Sir, would you
That's
speak
it.
with Deputy Chief Matt Walling? Right there. Deputy Chief of our Police Department, Matt Walling's right there. Would you
Thank
please
you.
speak with him?
Yes, I will.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Our next speaker is Ms. Deborah Donnell.
Deborah Donnell, I was born in Dallas, Texas. I have a complaint. Dog, they need to have the bathroom checked like 3 or 4 times a day. The bathroom, paper be all over the bathroom and stuff. And people need to come together and help keep the these stations clean, bathrooms and stuff, and surround us. And another thing, 2 months ago, I talked to Decker Jennings, and he had gave me a settlement more than what he gave me. He gave me $200 2 months ago when I fell on the bus 3 or 4 months ago. I fell and hit my head against the iron deal. My ears is messed up, my eyes, my back, legs. Getting where I can't hardly walk from falling on the buses, hitting the iron deal. And he just gave me $200. I didn't ask for that amount. He said, well, they decided to give it to me. I said, no, you're supposed to give me more than that. And I'm asking for $12,000 because I done got hurt 2 or 3 times on dark buses. And my head hit the iron deal. And now I'm sickly from all that, getting where I can't hardly walk. And I'm asking for $12,000, not $200. I need $12,000. And that's all he had gave me. I didn't ask for that. He said, well, you did decide for that. I said, no. I said, you said that that's what they decided on to give me $200. I need more than that. I am a homeless person. And I got hurt on dark buses. It don't make any sense for people to do me so wrong. I'm not against dark. I'm doing what is right, and God knows it. And I'm asking for $12,000. And I'm very sickly. I'm tired.
We'll look into your claim, Ms. Donnell, and there's a phone number here for you, and we can contact you at that number, correct?
What number is that?
If you'll,
Can someone I can talk to or what?
there's a phone number which you left, which you put on your card.
Yes, and y'all have cameras on these buses.
Would you please tell that lady your phone number and we'll contact you?
Yes. Sometime I'll be gone sometime.
Okay, but they'll contact you at this number.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you all. God bless you and happy holidays.
Thank you, and you have a happy holiday as well. We have some items that, we have some business we must attend to. We have some items to be voted on. The first item, number 6, we will be passing. Dr. Christian? Items 7 and 8 came from your committee?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, we need to take number 6 by itself, and then we can do,
No, item 6 wasn't reported out.
huh?
Item 6 was not reported out.
Oh, I'm looking at it, okay. Well, 7 and 8,
Yes.
those were approved in committee of the whole, and I move that we approve them on tonight.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying yes to items 6 and 7.
Yes.
Excuse me, no.
7 and 8.
Items 7 and 8. All
7
those in
and
favor, please signify by saying yes, items 7 and 8. Those opposed? The motion carries. Item 6 was not reported out of committee. Richard is not here. Mr. Adams, items 9, 10, 11, and 12. Can you introduce them?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Items 9 for light rail vehicle dryer kits, 10 option for 46 buses, 11 rebuild a light rail vehicle traction motors, and 12 light rail vehicle center truck assembly contracts are all reported out of the committee unanimously and been approved by the committee of the whole, and I move approval.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor indicate by saying yes, please.
Yes.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries. Item 13. Mr. Adams was as well for.
Yes, item 13 is the approval of the agreement between Amtrak, DART, and the T for access to the Trinity Railway Express Corridor. Also approved unanimously by committee and reported out favorably by the committee of the whole. I move approval.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries. The next item is for appointment of the directors to the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Bus Service, LLC, Board of Directors for an additional term. The appointees are William Velasco, Gary Thomas, David Leininger, and Tim McKay, and myself. Is there a motion for that?
Move approval.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, please say no. The motion carries. We have no other speakers for this evening and no further business, and this meeting is therefore adjourned. thank you all for coming, and drive safely, and take public transportation safely.
Did the LGC committee change?
No.
I thought Jessica.